Whoa! It's Wulzy and Juniper. This is me. Wait. This is me. This little guy with the popsicle. He said, reply with your best block design for me and Junie to rate 1 to 10 in a video, and we have about 500 replies. Making a series rating things like this. Follow my Twitter, OneWuls, and subscribe for more. Here we have the first reply.
I think it's like a cool design for sort of futuristic kind of technological theme.
I like the ticking numbers. It reminds me of a Taman level. It was a
is it
secret
because
Taman
it's like a
project
time
that
bomb
never got
that's, like,
finished.
blowing up?
Yeah, it's cool, right? I'm gonna give this a 7.
6.5.
Jaza.
Cool! That's cool! That's cool!
I do enjoy this.
8.599.
I'd say this is like an 8, and this one is a 9. Because this one's a lot flatter than the other one. I think the depth and the shading is cool on these, and I like the color scheme.
I like the sort of waviness.
Ooh.
I like how the structures have like stars coming out of them.
I think they match well with the flowers as well.
The block in the middle, to me, it looks a little clever.
I prefer it on these objects because the outline on the edges is thinner, whereas you've got like a mix of thick edges with the spikes and then a lot of detail like right next to it. So I'm gonna give this another 7 maybe?
I'm a 6.
Tried. I think what you're trying to say is like the segmentation is nice,
Yes, thank you.
and also I think the shading's impressive because I don't know how to do slope glow. I think the gray space on this is kind of weird for me. I'm gonna give that one a 6.
6.5.
Defy.
Ooh, I like the clock.
No, this one's sick. This is compositionally beautiful. I think this is probably a 10.
Oh, really? I was gonna go with like an 8.5.
It just seems to be like perfectly arranged. And somehow you've managed to like put in thicker circles than others and get away with it, which is impressive. Dav J. This is really impressive.
That is very cool.
The pillar behind matches pretty well.
I really like the shading of it. I can't in good faith give this a super high score because there's only like 2 colors used.
I just think it's integrated into the part really well because you've got like the wires and you've got the lights on the edges, and the glow combined just makes it feel very lively and animated like the circus it's in. So I would give this probably a 7, even though it's simple.
No, I would also give this a 7.
Ludwig GD. Gaster blasters. Yeah, my thing with this structure is that it's a triple spike and it's disconnected from everything. So it's kind of hard to envision this with other blocks. I like the fact that you've got a different type of glow usage and it actually looks good. 4.5.
5?
I would love to see a bit more shading though, because you've shown me that you can use glow, make the compartments more defined. Cops Haley sent us this, and I'm not sure how to feel about it because I feel like...
There's a lot.
And the color choices don't necessarily do it much justice, I think. Part of a good block design is how you incorporate it into the level, right?
It's hard to judge this entire thing because there's like 20 different designs and they're all very different from each other.
I can respect that, which is why I'm going to give it like, instead of a low score, I'm going to give it like a 3 or a 4 here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5, I think.
This is pretty good.
It's well executed. Spikes have tinier spikes around them.
And I really like how you've spiced this block up specifically with like lighter edges on some of the in-game blocks, right? It makes it a lot more interesting. So I'm gonna give this 7. I think the colors are really good.
I'll give this a 6. It doesn't like stick out to me.
That is cool. I always appreciate an animated block design.
This is hard to judge because it's so unlike everything.
I think maybe this middle line could probably flicker a little bit, and these individual like beams of light could maybe rotate slightly around this because it just looks like a center point.
I think the concept is really unique.
6 from me.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Holy crap, this is insane.
I'm probably gonna give this another 10.
Yeah, this is a 10 for me as well. Those are
This
all
one
really,
is
really
sick.
good. I love that one too.
It literally looks like RTX, the way you've put the glow on there, because there's so much contrast, yet you can still see like a very faint like edge here where there's like a different structure. You can see the edges of every single compartment, even though it's so dark, which is why I like it so much. Bionox. I'm gonna give these 4 different scores, obviously. This is from Obsidian.
I love the little clip-step monster on the left, and I like how the top edges glow.
I like how the individual squares have been spiced up because you can see there's a clutterfunk block on the inside. Some of them have been flipped the other way just to give it more texture. And again, this is reminding me of RTX, like the way the glow just sits inside and then it kind of illuminates everything else. Yeah, I enjoy this. I'm gonna give that a 9.
I would give this one like an 8.5. I prefer the other one, but I do still like this. Everything is so
It is
pink.
very pink.
The only contrast is the blue.
I dig the corner pieces. I think
Yeah,
they're sick.
those are cool. The way that they kind of like fold in.
And these lines are so dark. I wish they were slightly more colorful to maybe soften the pink. 7 as well.
I'll give it a 7.5.
This is peachy. I like this. The darker colors definitely work a lot better here than they do over here because they fit in better.
I appreciate the use of like the invisible blocks underneath kind of like the more defined blocks, but I also feel like that can come across as a bit cluttered.
I mean, even if it was cluttered, I think that would be fine because the blocks themselves are so smooth. You can very clearly see them anyway. This one's an 8 for me.
7. like the 3D here. The blue and the gray blocks underneath kind of appear like glassy in a way, like they have
They're
that sort of
translucent,
texture.
yeah.
I think that's really cool. That's really impressive.
I
You
love
really
that.
pulled it off.
Yeah, it's interesting to have a block where the actual blocks you're supposed to see are dark, but the lighter ones are like tucked away. It makes it feel a lot more gloomy, which is the point. You can see he's
Right,
trying to
'cause there's
create
the
the
rain,
atmosphere
yeah.
with the glow in the background, and you got the rain, and I'm gonna give this an 8.
I was gonna give that an 8 as well.
This one's interesting because you've given the regular GD block a use. It's a very cool creating technique that you've overlaid that on top.
I do think it's interesting how you've managed to like create like the vignette effect.
I'm gonna give that a 5.
A 3.5 simply because there's not a whole lot to judge yet.
Whoa. I like how you've got different parts of the blocks falling in different ways. Like I saw one of these just tips over to the left.
Like the
I missed
rotation
it there,
on some of
but yeah. There's a lot of variation here, and it looks good just on a standstill.
Some of them have 3D, some of them don't.
I suppose, yeah. This one's sick. I'm gonna give this an 8.5.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
I really like the back end pieces here too. Gives it a lot of depth. This one is very simple, but it is cool.
I like how the top left you've got that little thing there.
That is a good technique how you've overlaid it and then put glow behind. The spike is out there.
6.5.
5.5.
Why?
I'm gonna
Right.
respectfully give this a 1 and move on.
Yeah, I'm respectfully giving this 1.5 because you put effort in.
I'll just take up. That's how bad your decision was.
Okay. Is this a block design? That's actually a block design. I was like, that's a screenshot from another video game. No, it's a block design.
God damn.
That's a 10.
I'm recognizing more and more GD blocks the more I look. Skulls. You got the chains there. You
The
have.
fire on the torch.
Those are the little triangles from the tiny object tab. I love the lens flare on the torch as well. It's subtle but beautiful. There's so much red. There's no clarity in any of the blocks, in my opinion.
That's true. It's like kind of hard to process, I
Mm-hmm.
guess.
The actual composition of this whole image is pretty good. It's a 3 for me.
Yeah.
More of an effect or a design. Ooh. Yeah, I do like how when you branch out into saws back there, that the block line stays consistent. I think that's cool. But then in the darker parts where there's no flashes, it's just completely blank.
I feel like more could be done.
I think this is put together extremely well. Like the saw blades fit in way better than they normally would if you were just to spam them around. Like the layering's good. You've got the right composition here, but it's lacking a lot in the actual block design. 3.5. It makes the level itself pretty interesting how you've got the outline solid all the way through.
I'll give it a 4 for basically the same reasons.
Rainbow blocks are just not it,
I
man.
love rainbow blocks.
Are we giving that a 1?
Yeah.
This one is
It's
sick.
big.
This is not a 1.
No.
This is very cool. I love the texturing on it.
Kind of looks like marble in a way. This is a 9 for me.
That is a 9.
I think this is also a 9.
I'd go there too, I think.
I like the block on top because it's like asymmetrical in a way that's cool.
That's probably an 8 for me.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.
And they also attach this. This is beautiful. This is like a 9.5. The spikes are way cooler in my opinion.
Simple, but effective.
Not sure if I dig the black glow here and there that's covering up some of the lines. It's fine. I'm not sure about the structuring itself though, how there's just a random spike down here and it kind of awkwardly sticks out and shows some of the ground there. It's kind of throw me off. I'm gonna give that 3.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.5.
Modern now.
Cute.
That is cool. I love how there's one central point and it like connects the other pieces. I'm assuming that's a spike. I like how you've introduced that as an actual part of the block instead of something separate to decorate. Is it a pause or is it an icon? Yeah.
Brain definitely processed it as an icon and I thought it was cute.
7.
I'll give this like a 5.
I'm just not sure on the X's on the edges. The mini edges are really helping this for me.
Yeah, I like the layering. I like how, you know, there's stuff behind the blocks in the front. I think I'd give this like a 6.5.
I'm gonna give this a 6. I like how it lets the background through. Ooh.
This is a nice one.
That is nice.
I appreciate how even without the flowers, it's still a really cool block design. It's like the kind of mixture of the sort of natural floral thing and the more technology, like futuristic thing underneath the flowers is very, very cool.
I really like the use of these objects. You might not recognize them, but they are actually like the finger dash kind of blocks. I think it's a cool usage for them.
I like this design. I'll give it an 8.5.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I like how you've recreated those blocks and given them different colors on the sides. This is a really nice way to interconnect these blocks. You've got a tiny little pad there and a pad there. I'm gonna give this a 5.5 just off of instinct.
5.
Ooh. You spelled Zealand wrong. It's like the blending technique, and you've got like different opacities in there. It just looks very luminescent. I'm a sucker for opacity.
Ooh.
That's cool.
This is a 10 for me.
Yep. I would say so too. I think this is a banger. It looks bronze. You've got it on the little circle wheel and it connects to the other side. There's a screw there. There's like little beams like that. I don't know how to describe it other than waving my arms, but it's just cool. And then the lettering behind it, yeah, this is just beautiful.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. This is really flat. Like, I can't really give this a proper score, but I think the next part, you know, I like how you've managed to make those light blocks work in pretty well, because there's not too much area in them, right? It's like really close to the ground, so it's not super imposing on the rest. And I think it's funny how you've used the fists as like structures there.
Yeah, I like pushing it up.
The more I look at this, the more I like the bricks, because the spikes match them. 5.5.
Alright, I'll go with 6.
We're going to do another video on this, at least one more video, because there's so many block designs here, there's so many replies. We might even do a speed round at some point.
Thank you
Hopefully,
for watching this video.
the first of many in this series.
Because
I think this is cool.
Because I
do
this is
like
cool.
seeing...
I do like seeing...
I do like seeing, you know, the community interaction here, and I think it's interesting to have that. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.